Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this cool clip where we'll be looking at detailing your IDEA StatiCa connections in Inventor. So, of course, what happens is we can design our connections incredibly well using the IDEA StatiCa connection module, but then once we're done, what do we have in as much as the options to detail that connection? Of course, because that's a very important part of the whole shebang. So right, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. All right, so here we've got our connection, quite a good looking one is that as well. We've got different plates, got stiffeners, etc. And we are happy. Everything passed, where actually this connection is severely underutilized, but everything passed, right? So we're happy, we're cool to go with this. And now what do we do? All right, so within IDEA StatiCa itself, you can export this as an IFC, which isn't a perfect workflow at the moment. Or what you can do is you can go to your report tab and you can export the connection as a DXF once you've generated your report. However, that does not export a 3D model of your connection. However, it does isolate the plates for you. All right, so your stiffness, etc., and gives a dimension. So a really cool tool, but it doesn't get us considerably much closer to detailing our connection actually as it is. So what can we do? Well, it's a free tool that's available to everybody, and that is the IDEA StatiCa online viewer. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So in your Google browser, if you search IDEA StatiCa viewer, this is the first link you get. Once you open it, you sign in, or you'll need to create a profile to sign in. And here you have the option to drag and drop IDEA StatiCa connection file. Of course, I've already done that. And what you get is this. So there's that very same connection. Very cool, right? With some of its member info, load effects, plates. So those would be your operations and so forth. All right, so from here, you can share, you can export to 3D DWG file. That's what we're looking at. You can export to IDEA StatiCa. You can export to IFC, and then you can export similar connection designs in the, explore similar connection designs in the connection library. But what we are interested in is exporting this to a 3D DWG file. Right, so when you click on that, the process starts. You get a .dwg file in your downloads folder, and you can open that using AutoCAD. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So opening up that DWG gets you this. You can see all of your plates are here as 2D drawings with the thickness and material as well, which is brilliant. So you can take these straight into your paper space and detail them. And then you also get this. This is really what I'm interested in. So this is a 3D solid model. So all of these are 3D solids. The only thing you don't have are the bolts. All right. So that's not a major problem because you've got your content center in Inventor. All right. So let's take this as it is. We save this file. We're not going to make any changes, and we are going to close this and then go to Inventor. All right, so in Inventor, I've got a default part file open. I'm going to go to File, Open, and then click on Import DWG, not Open DWG. So I'm going to click on Import. There's that connection.dwg. Click Open. I'm happy with this as it is. I'm going to click Next. And just waiting for the next window to load. I'll keep all of this as is. Click Next again. I want 3D solids ticked. Use default file names is fine. And then if it says the detected units are anything else but millimeters, and you know that your connection was detailed using millimeters, specify the units. And then the destination for 2D data can be a new drawing, which is all good and well. I'm not changing anything else here, and I'm just going to click on Finish. And now all that data is going to be imported into the Inventor space. Right, so the first thing, quite underwhelming, right, is you get this information over here. Not really something I'm that interested in, but it wants to know what to do with the 2D data. So you can delete this and not worry about it. But that is where something really cool happens. So if I click on the connection, so the assembly, you can actually see here, we have got our connection. All of these are identified as different parts, which you can open. So if I right click, select that gusset plate, or just that stiffening plate, I click open. It's not a gusset, it's a stiffening plate. I just double click my middle mouse button to center it. Here we've got that part. And now I can make modifications. So I can click on fillet. Let's use a 20mm fillet. And we can assign those fillets. Click OK. I can assign material. And so forth. And what I can do is I can save this as a separate, or I can save this as a part, giving it a name. If you look at the members, so the H-beam is actually quite okay. But if you look at these back-to-back channels, because of how IDEA StatiCa forms the plates, you would need to either replace this with a different part, or you'd need to modify this part to get those roundings over there and those fillets in there. That is not major. That's not a super complicated thing to do. But if you find that it's a bit of a hack, just replace this part with a different part altogether. But you can see your bolt alignment. You can just cut holes through this member. And then you can go to Content Center and place your bolts. If you don't want to do the welds, which usually I don't enjoy doing within Inventor, you can leave it as is and you can just add those details in your drawing space. So that really is awesome. You will need to use the online viewer to get the specific file type. But once you have it, you can actually detail your connection very well using something as user-friendly as Inventor. So I hope that you found this useful. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. And if you have any questions, either pop them in the comments section or you can mail me directly. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have an epic holiday season.